This is Carl Chan from 99.9 FM. Coming up, we've got one from Janelle from her 2007 Gold album, Roadshow. It's been a while since we've heard anything new from local superstar Janelle, and she still has tons of fans out here, including yours truly.
I didn't know you, but it didn't matter anyway, 'cause yesterday's a shadow, I know, and at least we have today. Where would I be without you? I breathe easy when you're with me. Yeah, I breathe easy when you're with me.
We all set now. I'm in a bit of a rush.
Sir, your cut has been declined again.
Try it again.
I've made several attempts.
You know who I am. I'll return tomorrow with the cash.
Janelle.
Sorry. I was having the oddest dream.
You know I could have poked your eye out.
But you didn't. You're my savior, Kyle.
Can you imagine the blood everywhere? I would have been traumatized forever.
Well, next time make sure I don't fall asleep by regaling me with the latest hot gossip. I was only joking, Kyle. It's not your job to entertain me.
All right. Creative decision here. Went with a new look. What do you think?
I warned you yesterday, my Burgundy wine tasting's been rescheduled.
I've been in the kitchen for nearly an hour, Alan. You might have reminded me.
You're opening several vintages of La Tâche. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Cut me some slack, won't you? The initial transfer of ownership forms for the site arrived this morning. I've been in my desk for hours, slaving over a pile of notarized documents thick as my you-know-what.
Interesting analogy.
You know, everything looks delicious. I'll eat as soon as I come back. I won't be long. Expecting a call from Miss Lee later tonight.
Miss Lee's undying devotion never fails to amaze.
My secretary has toiled tirelessly to help me put this deal together.
I barely remember last time I said hello to your Wonder Woman.
I'll tell you what, why don't you come by next Wednesday, say around 11?
Why? Does she have a dentist appointment then?
No, but we should have a stack of financial documents ready by then for your signature. You can kill two birds with one stone.
If only.
There's so much food. Why don't you invite some of your shiftless friends over? We'll talk more later, I promise. Goodbye, Janelle.
Should've seen it coming when I saw you look at him that way. Felt my heartbeat drumming
Auntie Janelle.
Hello, Pamela. This is for you, my dear.
Thank you.
Don't let your father catch you going out with it. It reeks of dangerous liaisons.
I won't. You taught me to keep a secret, right?
Have I been such a bad influence?
Are you kidding? You're the best. Thank you.
I'm sure I should have done more, Pamela. In the future, just let me know if I can.
Have you been drinking?
A touch of champagne. It's certainly lively here, isn't it? How did you find it?
Finding new places is as easy as breathing. Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Were you chatting up my niece?
Janelle, Hal.
Hello, Hal.
Hello.
Hal kindly offered to hold your seat to King.
How sporting of him.
I'm a big fan of yours, Janelle.
Is that why you're looking at me like a puppy or something?
I have most of your recordings, you see.
I see, that's nice.
I better say goodnight.
You better say you have a drink with us.
Excuse me?
Champagne will do, won't it, Pamela?
Champagne it is.
Just one glass.
What happens after one glass?
Well, I turn into a pumpkin, of course.
Oh. Of course. 2 glasses of champagne?
Old man who took the bait. An SMS on my way home. You'll have to hook him. Full presentation. You'll be in Hong Kong for a month. Yeah, we'll have to work out precisely when. Good night, Miss Lee. Monumental, assertive palette, velvety tannins, a persistent, unforgettable finish. Ooh, really bowls one over. Hello, Henry. I know it's late, but the 09 griots are exceptional, sensational. I need 6 cases. COD. You son of a bitch!
When haven't you gotten paid? Bullshit! You bet I'll take my business elsewhere. You're a goddamn lousy fraud!
The fall of Singapore to the Japanese was the largest surrender of British-led military personnel in history.
So why is this even here? It's like a monument to failure.
It might be a monument to a difficult stand against overwhelming odds, which is rare nowadays. Are you working on anything new?
I'm retired.
What a shame. Do you think one of these days your batteries will be recharged?
Just because you listen to some old recordings of mine doesn't give you the right to...
I worked in some studios back in London and Paris. I know my way around the mixing board.
Congratulations. So does Alan.
But I'm a lot younger. And there's something to be said about a hipper perspective in the music business. I'll convince him that the time is right for you to come back.
Hold on. Who said anything about a comeback? Are these shades new?
No, neither is this desk or these chairs. It must be...
Close to 2 years since I've set foot in your office. I had no idea you did so much redecorating. I'm certain Miss Lee can avert whatever crisis is at hand.
The crisis, Janelle, is staring me in the face.
Your negotiation is still dragging on?
Once old man Ho's on board, it'll be plain sailing. He has been reluctant to divest, but he is coming around.
Miss Lee's charm should work wonders on a defenseless old man.
Defenseless, he's stubborn as a mule. But look, sit down and let's put this crazy notion of yours to bed. Assume you just came to your senses and the subject is closed. Can't you get it through your skull? There's no money procurable right now for a recommenced music career. We're fully committed to this waste disposal site.
It's my money, Alan.
Yes, and I'm on the verge of successfully building back up our small fortune.
It was a rather large fortune not so terribly long ago.
Need I remind you of the financial, personal, emotional costs we suffered after our last attempt to revive your music career? Your depressions, the humiliations, the failed professional relationships, not to mention the horrendously overpriced sanatorium, the $1,000-a-day medications. The opportunity was there for me to develop some very talented young singers, but I stuck by you, and by God, you stick by me. We'll have to pay stiff penalties to pull out of this deal, all to satisfy your misguided attempts at a
Can you review these ASAP?
Are we all set for Hong Kong?
Leaving in an hour.
Your signature will release the necessary funds on our end to complete this transaction. Of all the ungrateful, selfish...
Enough, Alan. Just wanted to see you sweat a bit. In front of Miss Lee.
One never knows what's rattling about inside that pretty head of yours, Janelle.
And here I thought you had figured me out a long time ago. I'm really a very simple woman. Where do I sign?
Well done.
I feel better already.
Good. What do you say we celebrate tonight? Smooth over any hard feelings.
There's no hard feelings. But let's leave it up in the air. About the celebrating.
I'll be damned. Janelle! Joe!
Hey. Do you wanna come in?
Only if you stop with the corny games. Turn that music off.
I just thought that was a nice touch.
Alan? Is something wrong? What are you doing there in the dark?
Nothing's wrong. I was waiting for you so we could go and celebrate.
I didn't think we'd be in the mood.
You mean after what you wrote? I found it an annoying but minor impediment. I know how impulsive you can be. After the storm abates, you come around.
That's right. You never take me seriously, which is precisely why I assumed you'd be working late again with Miss Lee.
She left on a mission to Hong Kong. You forget.
I didn't forget you and Miss Lee have a habit of communicating at all hours. If you're really waiting for me, why not call?
I did. Straight to voicemail. Where were you?
The battery died. And here I thought nobody loved me.
I'm sad to hear that, Janelle.
I was only joking, Alan. You shouldn't be drinking on an empty stomach. What you're breathing? In your peach? No. Keep on doing this exercise and your tone will improve, okay? That must be your father. Come in. Hi, Daddy.
Hope I'm not early.
You're always early, Bob, and you always say that.
How's your singing progressing?
Fine. Pamela is very focused and determined.
You'll notice she didn't say that I was talented.
Goes without saying.
Anyway, I was thinking we should stop wasting Auntie Janelle's time, especially since she wouldn't let us pay for the lessons. I'll go change.
Great news on the promotion, Bob.
Yeah. Pamela is all thrilled at the prospect of yet another police function.
The decomposed woman's body found in Sentosa. Are you working on that case?
Not a clue to her identity yet. We are going back 15 years to try and match missing persons.
You feeling okay?
I'm sorry. Your resemblance to your sister is almost as if she had returned from the...
How do I look?
Much too gorgeous for a bunch of stodgy policemen.
Where do you get that dress from?
Come, Daddy, let's go.
Bye-bye. Bye, sweetie.
Thank you.
Bye.
Fantastic. I'm so glad you're still here.
Only because I wanted to finish my wine. What's the look for? I believe in giving the wine
I just
time.
thought you were waiting here because of me? Janelle, I fell asleep and I lost track of time. I rushed like a maniac to be here.
You could have called.
Sure, if I had your number.
It's in your phone. I've called you.
Yes, but your caller ID is blocked.
You're right. How silly of me. Pretending I still have to guard my privacy. A leftover habit.
Like meeting here? I mean, it's certainly charming, but even the taxi driver couldn't locate the place.
No, for that I have a very good reason. My husband had an infamous drinking scene here years ago and got himself banned. Anyway, we have nothing to worry about.
Don't we?
He's flown to Hong Kong to meet his secretary. I think he's about to conclude a big business deal. Yours truly is the last piece you will have to manipulate.
Whatever. I'm just very happy being here with you.
I can't help but think. If you're happy, I'm happy. Were you thinking of my niece?
Certainly not.
I just had the crazy notion that your mind was elsewhere, so naturally I thought...
My interest in Pamela goes as far as improving and remixing a demo CD.
I see.
I was hoping you had me produce Pamela's CD as a test for your next recording.
You have some crazy notions.
You bet I do.
Freestyle. It's the coppers.
Alan, my God, how much have you drunk?
I tasted an extraordinary array while waiting for you to come home, and midnight came, and I waited, and I tasted some more, and by the time dawn arrived, I lost all track of the time.
You said you've been in Hong Kong for 2 days.
Give Miss Lee a chance to get up close and personal, and she can be mightily persuasive. Turned out to be a snap, convincing the old man to divest.
Oh, you should have told me you're coming home early.
It certainly appears as if I should have, doesn't it?
What are you implying? You're drunk.
That's precisely why I so urgently need your help. My palace shot all to hell, and I need your opinion on the Super Tuscans.
At 6 in the morning, I'm gonna make some orange juice.
The wine's been breathing all night. The orange juice can wait. Which one deserves top rating in my little book, Janelle? Oh, come on, I'm from Marx, and I've always trusted your judgment. Ah, yes, the 97 Guardo El Tasso, Old Court.
Don't grab me like that.
I didn't grab, you pulled away. I need to know if you prefer this petite village to this much-hyped premier crew.
Stop playing games, Alan. You wanna know where I've been? I'll tell you.
Yes, you tell me you spend the night at friends, and frankly, I'm inclined to believe you. You should be thrilled by my progressive outlook. Fair warning. Give me bad advice, I might cut off that pretty head of yours and bury it on some beach in Sentosa.
Do you know what a horrible thing you just said to me? You're like a zombie. Half drunk and asleep at the same time.
My apologies. I was contemplating their unsolved homicide in the papers, the decomposed body found in Sentosa. I was wondering if Bob was assigned to it. Oh, good. I've been reading the latest developments in forensic pathology and DNA testing I'd like to share with him.
It's much too early now, you can't call him.
Who cares what time it is? I've helped Bob solve several homicides in the past.
Being an amateur Sherlock Holmes is all in your mind. The truth is, Bob dreads your call. You can be awfully ridiculous.
Just lucky I have thick skin. Suffered similar barbs when I discovered an inexperienced young singer.
You performed a miracle with me, but I was much younger and always willing to be under your thumb.
Do you know why your career went south, Janelle?
Because I grew up. I couldn't remain 22 forever.
Rubbish. It's because you lost the passion and discipline for real singing. You got spoiled and lazy, but I never complained. I moved on to other ventures so that we could survive.
It's been your business ventures that have put our survival at risk.
You would have been a rich nobody without me guiding you.
Was I ever anything more than another business opportunity to you, Alan? An attractive package bundled with her own fundings.
What made you an attractive package? Was the fact that I truly loved you.
Won't you tell me more? What really happened?
I woke myself up from a good dream. Right before it turned into the inevitable nightmare.
But I want to keep seeing you. Very much so.
Better to end it now and just be grateful for what we had. I hope someday you're happily married. Then you understand what I mean.
It may sound absurd right now, but it feels like my life is suddenly crumbling.
You soon see it was just an infatuation. An album cover come to life.
I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Oh, I just like
If only I could really sound so good.
every time we meet.
You do sound that good.
I count the minutes
Okay.
with you.
Just a very few minor tricks of the trade, just to make your voice
I got
sparkle.
butterflies inside of me.
Our time's up.
Of me.
I feel I've insulted you for doing too good a job. Do you have to be somewhere now? Good. When was the last time you came up here?
Not sure. A while.
Haven't been here in a while. Glad you brought me here.
Where do guys usually take you?
To one of the malls. Can't blame them for the lack of imagination, right?
You think I have a good imagination?
Let's play a game. Can you guess what I'm thinking right now? I'm thinking what sort of battle plan you've devised.
Battle plan.
Like, would you advance your troops in a full frontal manner? Or unleash all your firepower in a single barrage? Or are you first going to take out any enemy that stands in your way and perhaps then a sneak attack on one of my flanks?
And you think I have a good imagination?
Perhaps you decide not to engage at all. Head back out to sea and disappear over the horizon. Do have a good imagination.
Hello? Janelle?
Hello, Pamela.
Auntie Janelle? Hi.
Hi. Two glasses of your house merlot, please.
I'm supposed to be meeting Hal here.
He's not coming.
Oh, did something happen?
I'm not sure how best to say this. Hal regrets the afternoon we spent together. Considering the circumstances, I'm gonna advocate drinking. It might help.
I doubt it. I can't believe he sent you to do his dirty work.
Every man on earth would give blood to avoid a sin like this.
I've never been so ashamed in my life.
How to? After I spoke with him, it was my idea to come and meet you.
Don't speak up for him, Auntie Janelle. I mean, we made love all afternoon. And now he's ashamed to meet me?
I knew this would be hard, but Hal was upset after I broke off our relationship. And he sought some comfort from you. There. Now you know it.
You and Hal in a relationship?
The worst is yet to come. After I realized how bad he felt about his rash actions.
His rash actions? Are you kidding me?
An hour ago, he wept in my arms. My heart just melted. I had to take him back.
Do you have the slightest idea what you're doing?
Pamela, I know you're adept at keeping secrets. And this is one I expect you to keep. It probably feels like everything is spinning out of control. But when it stops, you'll be in a far better place to view the world.
When the day comes, I wonder how you look to me, because now
Do you still love your husband? I'll take your silence as a confirmation.
Take it for what it is. The truth is, more and more he frightens me.
I can guess having an affair only heightens that feeling. I found an online article your husband did a while back. I believe his secretary was in the photo behind him.
Miss Lee's been with him for 3 years now. I wouldn't recognize her on the street if I passed her.
She doesn't look too bad. I mean, nothing compared to you.
I wouldn't begrudge the woman her happiness. She seems an exceptionally hard worker.
So does your husband. In the article, he says the ability to reinvent himself was a skill he learned from observing successful politicians.
If you're trying to impress me, forget it. Don't you ever quote Alan's press clippings again. I'm busy right now. Message me.
I still think that a divorce is your first step to freedom. There's always going to be obstacles in our path.
But with strong goals, they'll melt away.
Would making love in your apartment every day qualifies as strong enough goal?
What if I tell your husband what's what?
Save your breath, and your life too. He won't listen to you.
According to the article, he's faced a few grim realities in his past.
And this reality right here, it may not be the grimmest, but it's pretty far up the ladder.
Alan, they banned you from...
Someone's not been very vigilant. The new owners rescinded that order months ago. Why don't you two just carry on as if we're not even here? Oh, wait. So what are you actually doing? Or do you have something to say to me, darling? Speaking of grim, this is some entry-level California Pinot Noir.
Oregon.
Oh, wonderful. Undeniably seductive, but not especially complex, nor does it possess any aging potential.
You've made your point.
My point is, if your preferences run to sweet, jammy, in-your-face Pinot Noir, then by all means.
Just keep it up, Alan. Fall apart. Get yourself banished again.
Current management's most keen to solicit the patronage of wine connoisseurs such as myself. And with that in mind, I'll entertain the possibility that my judgment of the wine was somewhat rash.
It wasn't. But next time, I'll make sure to order a wine with more bottled age.
Touché. However, my responsibility is a lofty one. Oh. Release me, dear fellow. I'll snap that hand of yours like a cheap chopstick. You've been duly warned. The next time you take my wife wine tasting, be blood, not some cheap wine dripping down your chin. Playtime's over, Janelle.
Take your money and get away from me, Alan.
At least use it to buy her darling a new shirt. Say your goodbyes then. But I expect you home within the hour.
I don't care how much time it's been, Alan. I'm not bargaining about coming home now.
There's nothing to be scared of. Have I ever hit you? It would be like hitting myself.
And you threat to behead me and bury me in the jungle? Would you decapitate yourself at the same time?
Talk's cheap and cheaper still when one's been ingesting high alcohol super Tuscans to excess. I'm sometimes prone to grandiose exaggeration. Janelle, my patience is wearing thin. If you don't come home now, I'll be forced to retrieve you.
Don't tell me you know where I am.
I'm always one step ahead of you, darling. This is a small island. You can't hide anywhere for long. Haven't you learned that yet? Don't make me come over to your loathsome little love nest, because I'll huff and puff and I'll blow it down.
Janelle said enough of your crap. I know where you live, and I'm coming out there right now.
That's fine. Spares me the risk of intoxicated driving. I'll make sure the gate's open.
You can't go and face him alone.
I learned long ago, stand up to a bully and they always turn out to be a coward. Almost every time.
Listen, I love you for doing this. Really, I do. It's just not a good idea.
Has anyone ever stood up to him on your behalf? No. Don't worry, Janelle.
I won't.
I pulled a knife.
You pulled a knife? On Alan?
I just brought it along for protection.
You brought it to get back at him for throwing wine in your face.
I just thought it was a good insurance policy. That man's no pushover. He's got this rage in him. And he's not gonna let you go without an epic battle. One that I can't win.
The bottle is shipped free from Korea? Brilliant, Henry. Miss Lee can arrange for his transport from Seoul. No, you can't meet her, not even if you gave me a bottle of Leroy. I tell you what, Henry, how about a case of Romney Conti, or maybe even 2 cases? Yeah, that might work. Just make sure they're not cold. So you've decided to return to the comforting confines of home and hubby. I didn't think waste disposal appealed to you, Janelle.
It's time I became more actively involved in our business.
That means it's full steam ahead then.
I'll sign over the release of funds for your project.
Wonderful news. And just in time, too. Things are looking up on all fronts. Tell you what, why don't you come with me to Borneo? I was planning a visit to the site for a final inspection day after tomorrow.
Thank you, but I know you prefer going alone.
Only because it's situated near a god-awful croc-infested swamp.
How long would the inspection take?
Overnight, I feel I shouldn't stray too far from the home front just yet.
Listen, Alan, I probably owe you an apology for the way I behaved. Rest assured, I've come to my senses.
More good news. That makes me very happy, Janelle. The boy, he's not too badly hurt. He'll survive, won't he?
My guess is within a week he'll be fine.
Ah, yes, the young heals so fast.
Despite getting mixed up with me, he's not a complete fool. He's folding his tent and going home.
I had no choice but to get a tad rough with him. He came to our home and threatened me with a knife. You don't believe a boy would do such a thing? He wasn't about to sit still for a lecture, so I gave him a hands-on lesson.
I don't blame you for his injuries. I blame myself.
At a guess, attempted bodily harm with a deadly weapon is worth 10 years in prison and 10 strokes of the cane. Ask Bob. But I handle the problem myself. Proof positive, I'm not a vindictive person.
Yes, and I appreciate your restraint, Alan. But let's not talk about it anymore.
It's fine by me. Once the site's fully upgraded and operational, I'll prove to you I can be a far more attentive husband.
The same goes for me as well. A far more accommodating wife. It's a gloomy morning, isn't it? There's a way to get Alan out of our hair. For good.
You couldn't possibly mean...
I know it's frightening. But afterwards, we have total freedom and all the money.
This kind of talk could land us into serious trouble. In Singapore, convicted murderers, they don't get life. They get executed.
My brother-in-law has sent several criminals to Chang prison to hang by their neck until they're good and dead.
Then why are you even breathing a word of this nonsense?
Because it's not nonsense or difficult to accomplish. Alan's unwittingly dropped the perfect opportunity into our laps. But if we don't act quickly, the good life we could share will disappear.
What good life?
Just one, brimming with music and love. Would you like to marry me someday?
I get it. I'm dreaming.
Answer my question.
Yes, I'd like to marry you someday.
Then from here on in, we have to completely trust each other. There will be no room for mistakes. We'll visit my banking lawyer. Make it official. You're my new producer and manager. We'll open a joint account and transfer funds to produce my new recordings.
I'm your new?
My comeback's begun. And you're staring it. Here's how we're gonna do it. When Alan goes to Indonesia at the end of this month.
Well, now, no one knows just what to do. Let the chips fall down where they want to. Every day gets stuck, it's supposed to be that way. And I don't know why some things change.
I can't believe this stuff is good for you.
Some people say this one can bring the dead back to life.
Save some bottles for my next visit. I'm going back to the main building. Get some sleep.
Hey, sleep here. This swamp, very dangerous.
I know, snakes, crocodiles, mosquitoes. I'll take my chances.
Hey, let me guide you.
I know the way. I've been here before. Remember? I'm sure you're too drunk. You stay here. I'll keep out the good work.
I had a feeling something awful might happen.
Why do you have a bad feeling?
Because he mentioned he drank heavily with the night watchman on his last visit. And then walked back through the swamp late at night. Despite Alan's belief in his own invincibility, it sounded like a recipe for disaster. I asked to go along this time, but he refused.
I see. That's too bad. Toxicology on Alan's unconsumed remains indicates that he was wholly inebriated at the time of his death. The local police theorized that he was relieving himself when he slipped off the path, headfirst down into the swamp. A nearby crocodile treated himself to some late-night alfresco dining. Janelle, I'm sorry. 25 years in the force skewers one's sense of humor, often beyond the pale.
Listen, Bob, I really appreciate you coming over in person. But I'm not feeling well. I'd like to lay down, so is there anything else?
Yes, I had a phone conversation with the Sumatran coroner, and he'll be sending home retrieved items. Alan's shoes, wallet.
I guess that's it then.
Not quite.
Yes?
After speaking to the coroner, there's a matter of urgency that we must discuss.
Yes?
Do you want Alan's remains to be shipped back to Singapore? I must tell you it's an awfully bloody package, as there has been significant physical deterioration. The alternative would be local cremation.
Come on. What's happening?
This account is no longer active. Please check your access code or password and try again.
Where's my money? Answer me! And don't play the coy innocent girl, so help me, I reach across this table.
Auntie Janelle, what's going on?
You and Hal were in this together all along. And me? The target. The love-sick Mimi. Where is he? I know he didn't vanish into thin air, like my bank accounts.
I don't know what to say.
Here's an idea. Why don't you start with why you're sitting here?
Okay. Hal called me and he sounded really upset. He wouldn't tell me why, but he just suggested that we meet here.
That's very funny. This is where we're supposed to meet if anything went wrong.
If anything went wrong with...
Let's back up to the beginning. How long have you two been planning this horrid scam? Come on, Pamela. How long did you know each other before you supposedly met Hal for the first time?
I know you're upset over Uncle Alan's accident.
Accident? Well, that's rich. Coming from you. I told Hal to kill Alan at the site, but you know that. You and Hal so cleverly manipulated my thinking. Makes me sick to my stomach.
So it's true? How could you?
You scheming little monster. What are you trying to do to me?
All I know at present is that his name and identity are fake. There's no record of this hell ever entering this country. You couldn't give us a clue as to where he might be.
Did you ask Pamela?
Of course. She doesn't know. Hal has mailed this tape to Pamela.
He'll be out at the waste disposal site tonight, as you said.
You shouldn't be calling me. I'm hanging up.
Wait. I'm having second thoughts.
Do you want to produce my new record? Travel the world?
Very much.
Then you know what must be done.
It's lonely here. I miss you. Janelle, can we just...
No, we can't. Alan beat you. Beat you good.
He hasn't.
Then prove it by going to that swamp tonight. Say to yourself, after I do this one thing, I can have everything in the world I ever wanted.
Odds are that you're not the first woman he has duped. If you have just divorced Alan, you will have avoided hell's trap.
It's a little too late for your precious words of wisdom, Bob. I'm afraid.
I'll find him. If I have to track him around the world.
We both know how swift and merciless the justice system is here. Whether you find me or not, I'll be gone very soon.
Having been found guilty of plotting murder, it is this court's irrefutable and irreversible judgment that you shall be hanged by the neck till dead.
Alan's secretary for several years. What is your reaction to
Shock, sadness, that's really all I can say.
Did you ever meet the accomplice?
Sorry, no comment, no comment, sorry.
Thank you for seeing me. There's not a soul in the world I'd rather see besides you. I'm so sorry that I helped them. Listen, we don't have much time. There's one thing you must do for me. Anything. When the time comes, allow yourself to fall in love. Promise me your heart won't be forever hurt by all this. I love you, Auntie Janelle. You have to leave now. I'm sorry. Did you know? Yes. Did Hal ever mention anything about going to India? Well, it's funny though. Alan mentioned going to Nasik someday. What's Nasik? It's a wine-producing region outside Mumbai. There's supposed to be excellent vineyards in gorgeous country.
Come in. Ah, Miss Lee. Beautiful. I worried myself silly when you didn't arrive yesterday. I still think you took an unnecessary risk.
And remember our motto, we tie up our loose ends. He needed to be dealt with. Decisively.
And while we're on the subject of loose ends, is anyone still trying to locate the night watchman?
Not since your murder has been solved. No one expects to ever find him. And it's safe to assume that the crocodile won't divulge who he really ate.
It was a brilliant plan. So damn smart every step of the way.
Hey. It takes two to tango. You were pretty brilliant yourself, old man.
Oh man, mind your language.
What else is on your mind?
How did you manage it then? The sex with Janelle and her niece.
Mostly, I closed my eyes and thought of you.
You're a marvel. Where would I be without you?
Daddy, where's the magnifying glass?
What's going on?
Oh my god.
Camera, what in the world?
I found this red bracelet in Hal's room.
The real murderers are still out there. And I think I know who they are.
Acting on a tip from the Singaporean authorities, a young Eurasian man dressed in women's clothing was arrested at the Nasik bus station carrying large amounts of currency and international bearer bonds. He's being held in the strangulation murder of a middle-aged Singaporean man whose body was found on the outskirts of Chateau du Barry. This is Carl Chan at 98.8 FM.